welcome to the latest episode of the Radical Measures podcast. As promised, another incredibly funny comedian, interesting guest for all of you, and for us most importantly. That is why we choose. All right, interesting people. Please clap it up for Navin Noronha, everyone.
Yay.
Apart from being a good comedian, he's been a nice human being to me. He's ensured I started getting spots at a couple of venues, and for that, I'll be grateful all the time, man. So, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, now that we've gotten the niceties around, dude, you've been fucking busy.
I've been very, very fucking busy.
And I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, rightfully so. It's like I've been working so hard at getting somewhere in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a weird mix because like I want to brand myself as a person who does not care. But at the same time I do care. Right now when I have like a decent like bank balance, it's nice. Like my mom recently was in the hospital. So I'm like, what do you need? And I've not had that for several years as a struggling comic writer, right? Where I'm like, I'll be like, okay, what do you want? I'll put on Amazon and then get delivered at your house. By the time it gets delivered, maybe I'll have money, maybe I'll not have money. Tum dekh lo uske hisab se,
But for the moment, I can bring ease into your life, mom.
Yeah, and to mine own, it's been like a very difficult few months, so I can like whisk my boyfriend away on like a sushi meal and not feel any guilt after a while, So it's been busy, but in a good way. I've not done comedy for a while, but I don't miss it either. In a way that like I'm always surrounded by people who are like very neutral to me, right? Like these are crew people who are in the car trapped with me or in the flight, long journeys. So I'm just like rambling off, and it's always like I have a non-paying audience, but I have something to like bounce off of,
Yeah.
Like our showrunner Jaideep Sarkar is an amazing person. Okay, he's also queer, and like we bond on so many different things because he's an older gay person and I'm a younger gay person, but I come with this comedic perspective, and he's also been a writer for several years. So when we went Hampi, for example, we had like one hour of like traveling to destinations. So I just like go off on different tangents. So what they had a perception of me in the beginning of the show, and it changed on the road, but they got it. They get it like where I come from.
Yes.
So I'm the angry gay guy now, and I've kind of like made peace with that. Yeah.
Boredom leads to communication.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, you had nothing else to do for like, and then like, you try to play music on Spotify, but then like there's nothing. It's like you're in a bumfuck nowhere. Like valleys and hills and trees and barren
And eventually
lands.
you'll reach a place where there's no network.
Yeah, and there are like several places even Geo can't reach. Surprisingly, And those people are safer.
Yeah.
For the lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Eventually you need to read another person, which is the best book.
Yeah, and it's been like good only. I love. See, I think like people don't understand that when we show India all over the world, right? Like the perception of it is like, oh, Mumbai, oh, Metro City,
zoom, fast,
fly over train, boo,
stock market.
Then Delhi happens, Kabutar Haze happens, then Kolkata happens, then they're like, oh, Durga Puja happens. But then beyond like 20 kilometers of all of these cities is like the real India, man.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's like it's so beautiful, and it's like so unadulterated in its own way. People don't judge, because we've been like shooting with the majority queer group of people. Nowhere have we faced like any kind of judgment. There have been stares, that's bound to happen. That is for like even girls sometimes in this country, right? Not sometimes, all the time. But like even for our queer characters, we've had that like weird will people be like, what the fuck? But like it kind of was nice. So I feel good that we're in a good space in this country right now. Even like whatever's happening around, the ones who are owning the narrative are able to really be themselves for a change. Because that's what true fascism your reply is like, I'm here. Tum log jo bhi kar lo, I'm here. And then like the worst is you will break me down, and I'm okay with that. How much more will you break me down? Because I've come from that point where like nothing can tear me down apart from my own kind of insecurities. It's come to that point, so it's like fine. And this side of 30, life's much chiller. I'm telling you guys.
Oh, you're enjoying this.
I've turned 31 in August, and wow, man, like just like the amount of fucks I give is zilch. It's zero. Like I've learned to prioritize. Like, my family and I had a very difficult after my coming out, which was at the age of 23. From there it was a very difficult journey to the point where now Abhi and I, my partner, have been together for 4 years, and like to the point where when my mom was getting discharged from the hospital, he was there with her, and like she was glad that he was there with her. So it's taken a big lot of unlearning for them and me, and coming to that point where like now I know that my priorities are with them. I love them, but from a distance. They understand that when I say I'm going tonight, they understand why I have to go tonight, because I have my own little family that I've created, right? So I think that's what is required for everybody. My aunt was not well recently, okay, and I'm just giving you a quick rundown of what happened.
Yeah.
Because these are things that I'm just like exploring with, like in terms of like, oh fuck, life is so much more
Yes.
simpler if you just like think about it this way, right? My aunt fell sick and she has her husband and her 2 sons. Nobody took care of her. Okay, she was so badly like ill that my mom went and lived with her in Sakinaka, which is a chawl, right? And my mom was not feeling well herself, like to the point where she had to now get hospitalized. But even then, she was with her sister.
Yeah.
But like I was like, why not just bring her to our house, which is an apartment, and she can live a little comfortably. We don't have all the means, but we'll be better off at least, So she was living with us, and I went, and like I'm the one now, like despite her having the same age of son like as me, I'm the one booking her blood check and everything. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little embarrassing for him because he came to this sort of 30 like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Not knowing that all of this is very accessible. Like all of this is like find a place near you, call them. Everything is like Google, whatever.
Yes.
Everybody has information page now. What are you living in right now?
Yeah, that is not an obstacle.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to come to your house and do something to you.
So my mom said this to my aunt, like, tell your son to come and meet Navin. He'll fucking straighten him out. And I felt so nice.
I love the phrasing also.
Yeah,
He'll
straighten him out. Of all things.
Of all the people that you could use that word for.
Yeah, and even my aunt was like, yeah, all boys should like leave home at 18 and just find their life, because we are so cradled and like suckled by their mothers and fathers in other cases, to the point where like when defiance comes, it's so difficult for us to even stand up to them.
Yes.
I always talk about this, like for me coming out was like coming out as gay, right?
Yeah.
Before that I spoke about this multiple times. That was like an EMI. I had to come out as a writer first after becoming an engineer. Then I had to come out as an atheist after being a Christian kid. Then I came out as gay. Then as a stoner. So coming out, like multiple closets you're just tumbling out of, right? And even for a straight kid sometimes, like if it's a girl who's a Hindu girl wanting to date a Muslim boy, that for her is a coming out experience by herself, right? And even then she knows the society, the char log wala system.
Yeah.
So I think at that point in your 30s where you reach that key, who the fuck are these 4 people? And why do I care about them? Because if I'm not happy, then how can I make anybody else happy?
You just start saying, I'll change the char log around me.
Exactly.
And you just move.
Find 2 people. Cut it down to 2 and like life is good, man. You don't need too many people in general.
Yeah. I think this decade is something I've never been excited about a decade yet.
Yeah.
After crossing the threshold of 30, I'm feeling more like, I have the steering wheel. Why am I fucking losing it all the time? Because in your 20s, you're just scared ki kaun sa turn lene ka, kaun sa bata. You're depending on a GPS.
You realize that, okay, all the people who told me you're supposed to do this and not supposed to do that have lost all their power. There's nobody can tell me what to do now. Now I can finally do what I want to do. And I think that's another thing. You start redefining your relationship with your parents also.
Absolutely.
Where
you make the terms also, and it's like, this is my level of access you have, and this is how I'll communicate with you. And I've been very open also. Like now, almost like apart from like the fact that I might have a 3-way sometimes, I won't tell that part because there's always some scandal. That Maka Latla bigad gaya. That will come like for real. But like apart from that, there's like
she'll be like, how many closets now?
How many? Like, can you stop?
We can't afford your furniture, okay?
इसको ताला मार के बंद कर दो यार, फेंक दो ocean के अंदर. No, but like I'm really happy that there's like this channel of communication also, and like if there's judgment, I can also like tackle it that way. Like there's no real like 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 sometimes my first reaction my mom had when I sat her down, and the way I kind of like came out to them was first I told her, and then there was like a drastic reaction, so I was like, okay, let me use Amir Khan. Like then there was Satyamev Jayate episode where like they tackled LGBT issues. So I'm like, okay, if a renowned star is saying it, and my friend Sambhav, now he goes by Ali. So Ali's grandmom back then was one of his biggest like champions, like I'm accepting my gay grandchild. What is wrong with you types? So my mom was like, oh wow, she's so old and she's still like cool with it. All of that happened. My mom was like, oh wow, like finally it feels nice that there's like some communication out there. There are other people like you also. You're not alone in this, and you won't have a miserable life. That was her thing. But don't bring diseases into my house. I'm like, like you have them. You have like a little bit of that little, and then they're like, oh, but like also there's homophobia. So that's what I'm saying. Like even that is okay. Like you, as long as you take it in stride and then work around to show that it's a better way of going around it.
Correct.
Like now my partner is someone, like as I said, he's kind of involved with them. Recently my sister was technically challenged. Like she had to work from home and she had to set up a printer, and like her Wi-Fi was not connecting. All those issues. And Abhi was like, oh, I know it. He turned up. He does all these like fucking wish shit and half an hour.
Yeah.
For all the wire work is done, all the Wi-Fi is working, printers smoothly printing.
Before after photo.
Exactly. And my sister's like, thanks a lot. You like yesterday I asked you and today you turned around. I'm like, that's how you win them, man. Like that's how like,
Yeah.
these slow battles.
Tech support.
Yes.
Tech support.
India as a country,
The
tech
ultimate,
support.
the Rajesh of it all.
Tech support.
I mean, imagine that is what I'm just.
We won the world. We won US with tech support. We
Yeah.
won UK with tech support. We're winning each other
Winning
with tech support.
our gay parents.
Imagine that the LGBTQ community is just going for that now. They are looking
Yeah.
at DIY
Yeah.
YouTube videos
Yeah.
of, all right, man, this is going to help me in my journey now. If this is what I need to do, set up a printer, I'll do it. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, nothing like, for example, that's a great thing that we've just tapped into. I realize that because parents struggle with technology all the time,
Yes.
and kids are supposed to be there for them. But most
Yes.
of us are like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
But if your better half, who's okay taking that extra step, can do that because they know technology, then that's a win-win for everybody.
And the whole queer gay community will so many brownie points with that generation, because they'll be like, yeah, he goes out in the normal straight manner in my head, but he's not useful at all otherwise.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
when I'm
Yeah.
feeling my most human,
Yeah.
he's not there. He's not dependable.
Exactly. I want to do a video call, but like all he's doing is fucking his wife.
Yeah.
You know, like, fucking pumping semen into her. Who wants that shit? You know, get me that anal bitch.
Yeah.
You know? Anal bitch and that anal bleach also. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's a level of comfort. For example, when my friend was in the hospital, it was like sometimes like my other friend who had lived with him in the hospital was like, oh, the nurses are coming and changing him and cleaning him sponge bath in front of me. Like I can't see him naked and all. And by that time I had just seen so many penises. I was just like, it's just one more, man. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's in hospital.
Yeah.
It's just like that. You know, even in 10th grade, my friend George, like an idiot, on the first day of a camp, went and hurt himself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he's got like one arm in like a cast, like he's makeshifted and fucking like fucking MacGyvering it, and I'm the one fucking giving him baths in his chaddi. Okay. And I just I didn't feel like that was ever an issue. Like where
Yeah.
people are like, you know, sexuality, body, whatever. So that's an easy thing to go about. Like, you know, if your old parent needs like a fucking massage or a bath or whatever,
Yeah.
I'll do it. You know, just like it's just another man or a woman. You know,
Yeah.
that word.
Because nudity, you realize, has many other aspects to it.
Than sexuality.
Yeah. And one of the biggest with nudity is helplessness.
Yeah,
Exactly.
When you're a child, you feel helpless. You're dependent on other people to clothe you. Even if it is cold or hot, you can't get rid of anything or put anything on. And as you get older, I mean, you start losing that, dude. You feel helpless with it, especially a hospital.
Yeah.
A hospital is where nudity is mostly associated
Yeah.
with helplessness.
Yeah, and
You
it's
know.
like the hospital my mom was in was also kind of weird because like the rooms are above and the OPD is down there.
Yeah.
And then the lift is kind of accessed by everybody. So even if you're getting prepared from your room to go to the OPD,
Okay.
everybody gets like to see what's happening. And my mom did the funniest thing where like she was, you know, given anesthesia before going in. And then my sister and I sat outside for like 3 hours. Well, first hour was operation, second hour was like her getting better in the OPD, and then like one more hour of her resting in the normal thing before she could like come to her senses. Okay, so we saw her in 3 different installments, and when she comes out, she's like, doctor never came only. Like, but they're all taking me, and I'm like, oh fuck, my mom's on drugs.
Yeah, she's high now.
She's on drugs, and I kind of like empathize with her, and like, you know, it was a cute thing, you know. It was like, oh, like, you know, she's totally tripping out right now.
You had like a childhood moment of
100%.
nostalgia.
I had a great trippy session with my dad that in the middle of the night he wakes up, he's coming out of anesthesia and just like, Noel, there's something in my throat. And I said, and he's opening his throat, check. And we're like two people who had just lost it.
Yeah.
Just one person checking the other person's throat, and he's got his saline also, na?
Yeah.
So he's like, this is not coming out. Like, you know, the tube of the saline. Why is it not coming out? And
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain to it. It was really fun to it.
There are times in your 20s where there'll be like these like fucking pitfalls which
Yeah.
seem the worst because there's
Yeah.
no going around it. You're living it and you're in the shit pile. Like, you know, that scene from Game of Thrones where Jon Snow is in that body fucking mess and he's trying to get out, like who's killing who, you don't know. And that's what life really is in that point. But you have to get out of it somehow, and then you'll find this whole person within yourself who's okay being the version of you that is and celebrating the victories that come with it. It's
Yeah.
not going to be for everybody. I'm not saying everybody will go to Australia,
Yeah.
but your Australia is something else, right? Like yours was like to write the show, right? For
Yeah.
example, like when I found out that both of you have written Pandu, I was so happy because I'm like no two perfect people for this show than you guys. I'm saying Trupti and I did you can ask her, like we were talking about it. I'm like, fuck, these two, they deserve it. Like when everything you've worked hard for and you've strived towards come to a full circle, and it does come
Yes.
for everybody. It's if you're a shitty person, it comes a full circle for having done that shit. If you're a hardworking person who's put in your hard work, it also comes a full circle. And then you find that real person who's like, oh fuck, dude, I'm so chill
Yeah.
with everything. Like
Yeah.
why was I doing all of this?
Yes.
Like I've spent so many of my early 20s just like killing myself,
Oh.
over so many unnecessary things. And I see my partner's now 24, and like I have so many of my I told you so moments, but I don't say those anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want you to have that. I want you to learn.
Yeah.
When he went to make his first short film recently, he thought that he would have a crowdfunding campaign that would be successful. He'd fund an entire movie and the movie would go fully nicely. He had many expectations that did not come through.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be the one thinking, you aisa mat kar, because then he wouldn't have good experiences.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Those
he
are
has
his 20s today.
Yeah. And that's what in the internet term is called grooming. And and I'm already dating somebody younger, so I didn't want to have that pressure on me to like, ever do that. For everybody who's younger and you see them fucking around and being dumbasses, let them be dumbasses.
Yeah.
Because we were dumbasses too.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be complete people at 20s, and you start defining yourself later on, man. Like in your 30s, you actually start defining yourself as a person. Till then, you're just trying to play up to all the roles expected of you.
Yeah.
And that is where all that turmoil lies. The only thing is that in 30s, you have to focus on how to remind yourself that all of that is done. Like don't carry it in your 30s.
Yeah, and your body also then starts kind of like catching up to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a sad reality that like all the debauchery,
Yes.
like all those times. Like I remember this when we used to party in my 20s, like at my friend's place. Like there was a house we would party in, where who came, who went that night, we had no idea.
Yeah.
We'd be introduced to everybody, but it was like a in and out. Everybody's getting drunk. There's somebody fucking in the kitchen. You find used condoms with the pizza crate. It's just like it's that. It's like I've lived those parties. Okay, where like my friend Aubrey, he's so funny, dude. Every time like we'd go to sleep like at 4 a.m. in the morning or 5 a.m. in the morning, he'd have a drink, half drunk, and then at 7 we'd be ready to go to work again because we'd been Andheri only. And he'd wake up and finish that drink and then chug off like not having brushed his teeth or whatever. And I would be like, I kind of want to like emulate him. Then I start doing the same thing where I'm like last drink till I fucking fall types, and all of that now is catching up nicely. Where, like now 3 pegs and bus ho gaya,
Yeah.
Abhi bus ho gaya. And all of that, like all the running around, all the catching up with everything, it catches up with you.
Yeah, there's some mileage. Like I said goodbye to peanuts recently.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Now you have to say no to specific food groups.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Apparently, I did not know this, but I was waging a war against the enamel of my teeth. Whenever I brushed, it was like I was trying to make my naseeb chamkao in the reflection of the mirror, And now when I go to, I had peanuts for the last time, I think, 3 days ago.
Oh shit.
And I couldn't eat. I felt like how that king felt, जिसके लिए गलोटी कबाब बनाया कि इसका सब दांत निकल गया तो इसके लिए ऐसा कबाब बनाओ जो like I felt like that for 2 days.
So only one side ka enamel is gone.
Yeah.
But the other side is, so there's a one-way street now.
Yes.
in your tooth.
Yeah, surpassing it. Yeah.
Yes. And it's all sensitivity, and the dentist is like, nah, we can't really do anything. I'll put a bit of cement to give it a bit more support, but we can't. And that is where I felt defeated by modern medicine. Because dude, you can give liver to another person, enamel something.
No, so with dentists, it's a simple thing, right? Like, it's like if your mouth is fucked beyond like repair, then we'll give you new teeth. But until then, what you have is what you have to salvage, and we'll try our best with that. Like the first thing I did this year, in the beginning of this year, when I had money, was fix my entire mouth.
Yeah.
Like I spent like 3 sittings over 3 months, a lot of pain, a lot of everything. Got one pulled off, which was not working out. One entire fucking area where like 3 teeth had collectively decided to grow out at the same time in the middle. So like there's like an entire middle range.
There's an arch in between.
Yeah, so then like they had to fucking fix that and everything, but like lot of pain, like just like constant pain about eating everything, and now it's gone. Like now I've fixed my mouth to the point where like I can again go
renovation,
back. Full renovation. Mouth fix kar diya. It's important, like, you know, you don't understand like how difficult it is. Like now recently over travel, like, you know, I've been like. And here's something that I learned early in my life. I can't bottom because of my Christian lifestyle. Because you know, like when you eat pork and you eat beef, it was allowed when I was a child. Okay, shut up. Buff, I guess.
Buff.
Yeah, buff.
Yeah.
It feels like you're beeping beef, no?
Yeah.
It's a
like,
buff.
oof, like, you know, my ancestors made those nice recipes. I am sure should be proud of this.
Yeah.
Zakuti or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So like, it is like spicy and it's red meat and it's like a full party up in your stomach, and then later on little bit, you know, that the thing happens.
Yeah.
So I realized earlier on that with my diet I cannot like really bottom as a gay person. And now when I was in Manipur, I was like, oh fuck dude, the food is so nice and everything is legal also. So I was like eating everything about everything, like there's pickle, there's like curry, Naga curry, and everything is like pork and everything.
Yeah.
Fourth day I have the constipation of my lifetime, okay? Where like the roadblock of like the century happened, like it's all bricks, and I'm like, you know, I should know better.
Yeah.
I should know better, and I
you
don't
have
know
to
better.
plan ahead.
And I'm like now like fully fucked on shoots, like feeling like this, where I'm like I have to excuse myself between like takes. Can I go to the hotel and just like try again? You know, it's so awkward when the producer knows your system. And Abhi is like, I came back yesterday, and even with my mom's situation, like, you know, I had a shawarma day before yesterday again, like messed up. Like I'm like, मैं क्या खाऊं, dude? Like what do I eat where it doesn't get fucked up? And Abhi is like, you have IBS, and I'm like, oh, new things to learn about how the body is like. It's like there's an entire hospital dedicated to this only. So I'm
What? To IBS only?
Yeah.
It is that big of a thing.
Yeah.
Irritable bowel
syndrome. Yeah.
What is irritable bowel syndrome?
It's like everything goes wrong. Like you get constipation and diarrhea at the same time. You have
What?
yeah.
Uno reverse.
Yeah, it's like Bombay weather, right? Like it's dry and rainy.
Yeah, it's
in
like your
no
stomach
time.
is calling a strike, or a weird strike.
Yeah, so like your intestine basically have tried their best, and it's now on you to like fix it.
But is it because of abuse that you had put your stomach through as a
Absolutely
in your youth? Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, like I've eaten anything and everything from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like my whole thing as a traveling young person was like, yeah, मुझे सब taste करना है, dude.
Yeah.
Every like, you know, like fucking roadside stalls ho, yeah, like fancy places. Like I've eaten, like my whole pursuit in life has just been this.
Yeah.
Not to earn for a living, to earn to live happily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this money to it's like it aata jata rehta hai. And I know talent is on my side, where someone or the other always like calls upon me and things will happen.
Yeah.
But the real need for me is to keep myself entertained in some way or the other.
Yes.
You know, like I have to like, if this life is not worth living, then what if
you're not enjoying?
Yeah, at 17 I was ready to off myself, you know.
Yeah.
And if I've given myself a shot to live longer, then why is it not worth living?
Yeah.
Then that's the whole point. Like my mom and
Dal
I,
chawal khane ke liye thodi.
exactly. And I still enjoy dal chawal also. But I'm saying like no, like, but I also want to have like the Nalli Nihari of the roads.
Yes.
And I want to have like the kormas of the streets and everything.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
He's been around for 20 years. There must be something good about it.
Yeah. And my mom, like, and I think we had this whole like as a child, I remember this. We were walking back from church only one day, and like, you know, with the entire area ki aunties, like 4-5 aunties, and their 5, 6, 7 kids would walk together home. And I was one day like really like I wanted fucking dahi vada or something like that, bel puri or some shit. I wanted it, and this one store I knew was nice because I had tried it because I was an altar server also, right?
Yeah.
So they would give us some allowance to like just take rickshaws or whatever, and we'd walk.
Mask you get.
To take a rickshaw to the church, but we'd walk to the church and spend the 5 rupees on like eating all this shit. So I knew the shop was good. So I'm like not even coming from a like unauthentic source, like this is a shop.
Reco, dude.
I know what I want.
Yeah, I've recceed the place. So then I'm like telling my mom like I want this, and this auntie is like, no, why are you spoiling your child and all of that.
Oh shit.
And I'm like,
That moment.
Don't
you
cock
always-
block me, dude.
yeah, who are you, bitch? Like you feed your fucking fat cunt's daughter. Who was like obese herself. I'm not saying anything, but she was not like fancy to look at either.
Yeah.
Even as a gay boy, I can say that.
Yeah.
You know, but like she had problem with my mom, like, you know, considering me to be eating bel puri. My mom just said one thing, like, why are we earning, dude? Why are we earning as parents or whatever? If we can't feed our kids what they want to at least try out, then like of course our household team was like, okay, we have to eat ghar ka khana and all that,
Yes.
health reasons and all. But if we fancy something, I can afford it.
Yeah.
I'll break a little bit more of my back and I give more tuitions to kids or whatever. My mom was teacher, but I'll still do this, for my child. So she shut the fucking bitch up, dude.
Nice.
तो अपने बच्चे को खिलाना.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing mom and dad could give us, which is food.
Yeah, and this woman who interrupted,
this.
by the way, I have one more fucking insight about her because I know this happened. Once when I was in because earlier we had to go to Binder West for the church, okay? We didn't have a church in Binder East. So back then when I was in Binder West, she got me along with the children to come to East because my mom was like, I can't come, you pick my child up. And she gave all her kids samosas but not me.
Oh,
so
damn.
that kind of fucking bitch,
Oh, so she was like doing that calorie deficit thing here, fuck, I'm not going. I'll make it through somehow.
This is after the Bhelpuri.
Before that.
Oh, then she's an asshole. Bro.
She's just carrying that vindictive thing.
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
She just doesn't like seeing you eat.
Yeah. Because I enjoy it too much.
And it's fine. You get to you can inculcate that habit of eating with purpose also sometimes.
Yeah.
And with age, that is what is getting me interested in cooking now, is that I'll have to find a way to bring taste into eating with purpose.
Yeah.
And
because for you have to fucking at the end be like, okay, this is what I made and I should be proud of it little bit, at least to put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least I'll be more in tune with how I am reacting to it now, because again, as you mentioned, in your 20s your body just puts up with it. You can put it through the grinder in terms of just eat whatever carbs.
Yeah, I put my body on grinder also.
Yeah.
in my 20s.
We are just finding all the connections with this, dude.
Boom. Yeah.
And you then realize that your mood depends on what you eat. Your productivity in the day depends on what you eat. So if you eat like heavy butter chicken naan at 12 o'clock at night after a show, the next day morning, you're not going to feel like you want to achieve anything in life.
Yeah. You're not Ranveer Singh in the close-up ads. You're not singing to the
100%.
station and everybody's freshened up by you.
Yeah. You're sitting the other way around, like naked, just shriveled up on the floor of your
toilet.
Yeah, that's sort of a Ranveer Singh, not the other way. That was one of my
more
worst.
Like a Raghuveer Singh.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That was one of my worst drunk experiences, like where I've passed out, but I've passed out specifically on a clean bathroom floor because the tiles were nice cold.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I get that. Like some people have such nice bathrooms, and like one of my friends in Kolaba, she had like a fan in the bathroom, dude.
Damn.
I was like, मेरे को यहाँ पे सोने का, like मेरे को और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. Like I grew up in a chawl that size. So it's like.
Kolaba choices, geographical choices are always interesting to the extent that they make for so much of content on YouTube.
Yeah.
You've seen that there is so much of voyeurism attached to people with money.
Yeah.
This expensive house, like 9-bedroom mansion in LA. I'm watching it in Mulund for some reason. I'm still watching it. I'm like, seriously, like I'm believing maybe if I have like 20 million one day, I don't know. Like, let me see what products are on that shelf.
Just 1 bedroom just to go and jump on the bed.
Yeah.
Just that.
And then you start reading up on the interviews of all of these ultra rich people, and you realize, oh, this massive mansion is a headache now. Because the house every part of the house is not utilized. And so it just starts falling apart.
There's more people cleaning the house than actually living in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't sell it because there's no other rich people at the same time. Like if you are selling it, every other rich person also is having a problem because there's a big recession or something.
I love these Zillow posts on Twitter. Like, I don't know if you've seen those. Some of them will try to sell it based on the fact that there was a murder over here. So like all these kooky people who are like, oh, I want to like know the story behind this and all of that. So yeah, like real estate, like there's all these Danny Gonzalez and all will make these videos about like rich people houses, and I love watching those because they're like कि इतना पैसा है और इतना चुतिया लोग हो तुम लोग कि मतलब it's always, if you ever see a rich person, they're never normal.
Yeah.
Like they're by all means just like the weirdest fucking bizarre shit show you've seen of a human, and it's just like them unraveling, and I find that so bizarre that who gave them so much money and responsibility to have all of this.
Yes.
Because you know that this motherfucker's gonna kill his wife in this house. Like that's gonna be the ultimate.
And forget in which room.
And forget in which room. And then the maid will find after 5 months. Then she'll scream and she'll be deported back to Mexico. It's a whole thing. उसने वो सफर करे बेचारी.
And she'll get deported back to Mexico with the body.
Yeah, she'll be like, ay Dios mío.
She arrives at the immigration counter.
Yeah.
Let her in.
And the immigration counter is like, oh my, you look like you've seen a ghost. Coco Part 2. But I like that fact, right? Like rich people have so much to waste on that they forget the smaller joys in life.
Yes.
Like the Kardashians, if you are any normal person has seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians to some extent, or even the offshoots of those idiots, like they're so senile. Right,
Yeah.
but like you, that's what human voyeurism is also. Like you just want to see how much they can.
You become a zoo animal at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And their diets are all like these fucking very controlled berries, and like they're eating like deers and birds, and they're not enjoying life. But that's what we are doing by watching them. Is we are enjoying their misery.
Yeah.
By all means, we know they're not a happy family or
Yeah.
a even successfully rich family.
I think this is throughout history, na? Even Midas touches that only.
Exactly.
Okay, dude, even if you can get gold, everything you touch, you will not be happy.
Yeah.
Like it's poor people just complaining कि अरे money से कुछ नहीं होता है.
Hey, I'm just imagining like the whole of Kardashian sisters just twerking at the world. Like, we got fake asses for you assholes.
Yeah.
What more do you want? It's like their version of gladiators. Are you not entertained?
And then King Midas comes and touches the asses.
Yeah.
And then they can sell it on eBay. Like now we've got like
That is the
ass.
statue.
yeah, we've got butts for your pleasure to fuck.
Oh, she did that, did she not? She had like a champagne bottle resting on her
Yeah.
ass or
Ah,
something.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
something
the
that broke
black
the
dress,
internet,
yeah.
no? Yeah.
where she popped it and it'll pour backwards and all.
Like
yeah.
she had the same approach that Volkswagen has when they are talking about suspension
Yeah.
in their cars.
And
like,
spoilers in the back, yeah.
yeah. See, no drink spilling whatsoever with any movement.
Yeah, like this entire Kanye drama that unfolded. I don't know if you all kept up with that whole thing.
No.
Because Kanye would just go on Instagram one day, put a post and then fucking remove it, okay?
Yeah.
Where he's like putting audio notes and all and then putting text chats where he's like straight up harassing Kim Kardashian after having broken up and like divorced and everything. Where like, and then his side of the story is that like they won't let him access the children and all. And Kim Kardashian is, you met him in the morning, what the fuck are you saying? Like, this like this unraveling, dude. These people are just like, and I obviously like I love Kanye's music, so I used to hold him to high regard. But I'm like, this guy is not supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's like what is he doing, dude? Like you get a platform and this is what you're fucking doing, and it's gone all Jesus on me.
Yeah.
It's gone crazy, dude.
Gone
So
all
so
Jesus
yeah,
on me?
as in like he's now more like
He has
like
his own choir.
choir, like he does his
yes,
praise and
yes,
worship
yes,
and
yes.
everything. Like there's also
Yeah.
videos on that where like he basically is just like bamboozling people in some way,
Okay.
taking them over there for like these healing sessions and shit like that.
Oh,
So little like
Yeezys
bizarre
are not selling as well, I guess.
as well. Yeah, that's he's found like evangelism, I guess.
Yeah.
So you see, like in this whole gamut of rich people working out, they all are destined to just be like fizzling out. Like Elon Musk also, right? Everybody
Yeah,
put him
yeah.
on a pedestal, blah blah blah.
Then you name your kid like this, dude.
Name
That's
your
the
kids,
first sign.
his personal relationship with
First sign.
Grimes, like the whole cheating on somebody else. All of that. Like you become such a zoo animal that your life is not yours.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very happy with like the level of like notoriety I have, or even
Yeah.
for the matter of like whatever I will grow into, it'll be
Yeah.
decent only. I don't want this.
Yeah.
Like ultra fame nahi chahiye mere ko,
Especially like awareness of it
Yeah.
helps with making that choice when you're at that place. Also, as a comedian, it's easier. As a comedian and a writer, you are not in the spotlight as much. You're like that lizard in the
Corner of the
leopard
world.
ka holding. You're not the leopard.
Yeah.
And it's good to be a lizard in a zoo, dude.
Sometimes, yeah.
You have freedom if you're a lizard in a zoo.
Eat the flies.
Yeah. Just do that and eat a fly in different enclosures.
Yeah.
Like go into giraffe ka enclosure if you're bored. Go into this. You know how much like you can piss off any other animal as a reptile which can just get out of cages. Like, yeah, king of the jungle, my ass. Fuck off. You know what giraffe thinks of you?
Yeah, dude. Like as a child, I would never say chipkali, I would say chipakli. Because logically, that's what it's doing. It's just
Stuck.
like, it's chipakli to the wall.
I think that is where it comes from also. Maybe, who knows?
I don't know. Cracking etymology to dumbassly.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. But yeah, and coming back to food, I just wanted to quickly talk about this because my partner is vegetarian.
Oh.
And I thought it would
Damn,
be
how
a
does that-
downfall.
Huh.
But it's been the best fucking thing for us because I never have to share my
Introduction.
food.
Huh.
And whatever he eats, because he's a little bit of a foodie, so he always has new cuisines to try out. I get to try his food also.
Huh.
So like
Best of both worlds.
Life's never been better, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because if he's vegan or vegetarian.
So he's a practicing vegan, but like he has dairy sometimes because he can't have not like he's like he's in India.
Yeah.
So paneer becomes like a part of every dish. you know,
Yes.
little bit. So
Yes.
but otherwise when he's cooking himself, he'll try more of soy and like tofu and all that fucking shit, like whatever,
Got
like
it.
mung beans and sprouts and shit.
Yeah.
And he like there's some great shit that comes out of it. I'm
Yeah.
amazed by the vegan people sometimes. Like, I fucking call them out all the time because it's hilarious for me.
Yeah.
But having dated one, it's cute also, like let them experiment. You get to eat more food.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
It's a different.
Yeah, and he's not one of those people who's like, oh, we do have separate containers in the house because respect. Because like I know, like I don't eat chicken. I'm not a bird fan. Lean meat can be whatever. It's for gym bros. I feel chicken is for gym
Yeah.
bros. Real people eat red meat.
Yeah.
I'm like very Ron Swanson that way.
Yeah.
I love my chunks of fat and
Yeah.
lard. So I know when I cook pork on a container or whatever, it's going to leave like a nice residue of
Yes.
fat,
Oil.
which I don't want them to be subjected to because that leaves a strange smell also,
Yeah.
which even as a non-vegetarian
Yeah.
Like you go to a kitchen in a non-vegetarian house, like just go to Kolkata, any place in Kolkata, behind the kitchen, as nice as the entryway is, the disgusting end of the hotel is what you have to see.
Yeah.
And you get used to that. So
Yeah.
so he's never judged me for that. Like okay, even if I so that's a good thing. I have had crazy friends who are vegetarians who are just like very judgmental, but I don't. That's why I don't fuck them.
Yeah. See, people, this is what you miss out on when you're judgmental. Okay,
My
fucking
penis.
idiots.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's good, dude. Food, no, because I have realized I started experimenting with I go for vegetarian food now because it seems like the healthy alternative from time to time.
Absolutely.
Like your body gets happy if you are just giving it a break. Like, chill, buddy. Here's a couple of greens. I'm eating spinach. I'm eating.
Just the pleasure of having curd rice.
Oh,
the
yes.
mouthfeel is only different.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And if they put
After
like the tadka wala jeera and rye and
100%.
kari patta,
Yeah,
the crunch that comes with it, oh nice.
Perfect.
Oh fuck. Look, so recently I was in Delhi again and there like because my stomach, as I said, like in Imphal had already become like pretty miserable. So Delhi mein like first day I went, I knew I'm going to eat like crazy food because Delhi again. So I had my chole bhatures and I had my mutton kebabs and galotis and everything. And then like I was like fourth day on the shoot, I was like, okay, let's have some salads. So and they were like, okay, we're ordering from Subway. Everybody's getting a sandwich. I'm like, cool, I'll get a salad from Subway. And because we had packed up by then, I'm like, okay, let's take it back to the hotel. I'll have it in my room, okay? I open it, and it's like this much of the sauces. They have drenched my salad in like mustard, mayo, which I did not even call for, by the way. I don't like mayo. Barbecue sauce, all the wrong fucking sauces.
Yeah.
They've made like the butter chicken of my salad and drenched it, okay? So now it's a turkey salad, man. Like, so I'm like picking out one piece, doing this to drench it off the fucking like इसको dressing करना होता है, उसको निलाना नहीं होता है sauce में, okay? And that's what Delhi is for you, man. Like they just don't care about your salad needs.
Yeah.
Like two sauce खाएगा bencho. That's the fucking logic.
We have too much sauce. We have to give it to somebody.
Yeah, I don't like at what point did Subway Delhi not get the memo? Like the amount of standardization that goes in these restaurants,
Yeah.
it's difficult to stray off this path.
Yeah.
What fucking dumbass, some fucking Harpreet, someone.
Yeah, he was just like, I'll make the salad I
I'll make
want.
it
to eat.
fucking.
Hypothetical Harpreet. It's
No, I
not
think
one
It
Harpreet.
could be a Gurpreet also. I'm not saying it's.
I think he just saw your order and he was like, this guy does not know salads.
Oh shit! And
And
you
he was like,
you
I'll
don't
teach
order
him.
food. You're ordering food
Yeah.
in Delhi. Order.
But Delhi has that inclination towards
Drench
heavy food. Like
Yeah.
even lassi, it's not like you enjoy it, of course. Nobody's complaining about it, but
Yeah.
it's not easy to digest. You
You
need to
got a
have
salad
like
soup.
Milind Soman regiment to eat that and then
Yeah,
be,
no straw in this world is designed for the lassi.
No.
Least of all paper straws, which just
Yeah.
becomes a part of the lassi at some
Yeah,
point.
Yeah, it's the lassi is thicker than the straw.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I want a
work.
straw made of the lassi.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the turtle drinks the lassi, he'll fucking
He'll
become
choke on that.
become a full-time land animal,
Yeah. Yeah, what am I doing in the ocean then?
Yeah, I need to be in Chandni Chowk.
Sipping lassi.
Fuck, dude. But the good food is good, man. That's the only thing Delhi wins over. Like that, apart from that Subway, which should be my understanding. Ki if I order a salad in this place,
But chains in general, like, fuck up anyway. No?
yeah, dude. Like, and that's what I'm realizing. Like my father also like abhi pata chala. Like I think what I'm doing with my partner was my father was doing all this time with me. Like you come at this point and you'll know, and I'll be like, I told you so only then. So I get it now.
Yeah, I mean, as far as wanted to say something?
No, go ahead.
No, I just thought I was interrupting you.
Too
Man.
polite, dude.
Sorry about that. But
Fuck out.
no, in regards to food only, as far as the Delhi food scene is concerned and whatnot, I mean, we are the only species which goes for taste. No, we are the only ones who fixate on the idea of taste. And we get bored of it also. No other species of animals have noticed that I'm going to this sugarcane only. No elephant is making that choice. Like they're not talking about gourmet sugarcane, in the fields of Karnataka.
Honestly, I think they must be like elephants have memory, So like older elephants will be telling younger elephants, "Yaar, ye fertilizer
Go here.
Go here." They must be recommending each other stuff.
The farmer is the chef for the elephant in that case.
I think in the jungle, the pasturing animals have options. They're like, यहाँ पे stream के पास घास मीठा रहता है, यहाँ पे बड़ा कड़वा रहेगा. They'll communicate to their own thing. I feel sorry for my cats.
Yeah.
Like I just get 7 kg का Whiskas का bag every month and keep, okay? And I just like one bowl लेके उसके उनका 4 लोग के 4 bowl में डाल के and they eat that. I look at them and I'm what dumbasses, dude. They eat the same thing and they get excited also. Like when the food comes out, they're like, oh shit, the same food has come out. Oh fuck, they're on my leg and all. And when they all jump over each other, like one person eating from this bowl, the other person standing over the other and eating from the other bowl. And I'm like, such dumbass animal. They're so happy about this.
Their tongue is rough, no?
Yeah.
There's no taste bud.
Yeah, and they're just like कि मेरे को नरिशमेंट मिल रहा है, इसके बाद मैं हगेगा मस्त खुशी से और मैं सुसु करेगा और मैं 8 घंटा सो जाएगा. That's the life. And then so like my partner and I will give them like wet food twice a week. We don't want to give them wet food every day because then they grow very fat. And obese cats are an issue because in an indoor situation they don't run around like the wild, so they just become fat and they have more health issues, which one of our cat is already facing because he would overeat so much that his teeth is rotten now. Where he would not even clean his teeth. He became so fat and lazy that every cat automatically cleans his tongue and mouth after eating. He would want to taste the food even after sleeping. So we'd see him doing this in his teeth, okay? Like you're cleaning out the subah ka nashta. So one tooth has gotten rotten now because fucking cavity हो गया उसको. And ये बिल्ली लोग को समझता नहीं, dentist के पास जाना पड़ेगा अभी इसको. उनका ऑप्शन क्या निकालना ही पड़ेगा. There's no like curing that teeth.
So the cats become more human. That means they are really smart.
Yeah, I think like I love cats, but also like the fact that they're so stupid.
How do you train cats?
So they have the clicker system, okay? Like I snap my fingers, but like they understand. Like come here, directions. They understand when pets happen. My tone in the voice, they understand when I'm angry at them.
Okay.
And I have this hilarious joke. I'm going to do it here anyways because you guys are so nice. So like I say that my cats get scared of the 5 Ws of journalism because over the pandemic, whenever they did something wrong, I'd be like, who? What? Why? Where? How? And they'll understand that I'm angry. So the 5 Ws of journalism scare my cats.
Dude, I really wonder how many house cats think that their master is one of those reporters. Because it's just going on, dude. And the thing is, the master of the house is reacting to the journalist also at the same time.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this guy is ordering me, but this guy aisa taan ke uthta hai when that guy says something.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the clicker for my
him.
guy.
Like that's how I am, right? Like, and as a person, if a delivery guy is like taking too much time, I'm like, sir, yaar, aap kya dimag ka dahi kar rahe ho and all that. I'm like, oh my baby, and I start talking like that, and my partner's like, what's wrong with you? Like, you turn equally evil and equally childish in no time. But that's the connotation that I have with my cats. Ki this is my nice voice, and yes, when I'm nice to you, if I'm calling you my child and my whatever, my googie or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm scary, then I'm just like screaming the 5 Ws.
Yeah.
then you know, like everybody just like, and cats when they scatter away, they're hilarious.
They're just like, oh shit.
Like in Tom and Jerry, you know how he would run, right? He would go like this and then go like this. That's what they really do.
Yeah.
They have no sense of where they're running.
And because they're on the floor and all, they actually slip and all on the tile floor.
Yeah.
And they want to start running before they choose a direction.
Yeah.
That is how
because
they
there's
start.
no practice of being a prey, no?
Yes.
Yeah, and in the wild, like they've aligned themselves to the point where they can perch up, catch a bird, and if they're falling downwards, they can like immediately align their bodies like this.
Yeah.
So in the air they can do all these tactics, but on the ground they're just like the worst mammals ever. Even a cheetah is like that only. like they can stretch their bodies and spines and everything and compact themselves like a harmonium. But when it comes to like a wall, they won't know when they're running into it. It's like,
what a horrible thing to.
Evolution is not there, no?
Yeah, because walls were never a part of it, and especially for the fastest animal on the planet.
Yeah.
A wall
literally
is
hit a wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how cats kind of got used to living around us by showing that, hey, we can hunt rats for you. Like the first kind of people who kept cats in the history were in Scotland, not even like in Egypt before like time itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Scottish granaries, because they were like doing the alcohol and everything back then, right? And there were rats wherever the granaries, there's rice and wheat, so the rats would come, and that's how the wild cats kind of like started going around hunting the rats and presenting them to the farmer, saying ki ye lo, isko maine mara tumhare liye, and he's like, oh acha bacha,
Incentive.
and then like years of evolution have led us to this point.
That's why randomly you have cats. Sometimes they get out of the house, then they hunt something and get it back.
They get it back, and my cats have done that. And I have the biggest phobia of rats. Like not like I'm scared of rats. Like there's my soul leaves my body. like some things like people have arachnophobia. People have like different kinds of things like fear of heights. Genuine fear.
You run like a cat when you see a
like
rat.
I'm like and I can't. My father would do this where like if we had a house in Bhayandar, like where a rat would come, he would kill it with one fucking flick of his feet. Okay, like he would do. He's one of those people. He would just like crush the skull with his toe and then dangle it in front of me and run around the house like chasing it. What sadistic pleasure you getting fucking out of this? And that was the first like a macho mentality. Like, how can my son be scared of rats? And I'm like, but that's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I'm genuinely, it's a thing that the creature. My sister told me the story as a young person when she was like they used to wear gumboots to school, right? And one day she put her feet inside and her toe came out with a rat attached to it. So she told me a story. That image was in my head. And then when we moved to Bhayandar, like the opposite building was not fully developed. Okay, like they started building the building, and then the bulldozer came and ruined it because it was illegal construction. Okay. So the water tank that they had built for the building of water storage was still there on the ground. And then was rainwater filled up, and then one day a rat fell down in that, okay? And the rat was just like swimming around for hours, nobody's getting him out, and the kids are throwing stones at it, mocking it and everything. And all of this imagery was forever stuck with me, okay? So I couldn't explain to my father why I was scared of it. But now when I do that, like I get it. And my cat literally bought a fucking whole ass fucking rat to my doorstep, not even my doorstep, but from my window. Okay, and he's very proud of it. Like, you can see him, he's very proud of it. But I'm like nothing doing, and I'm telling my cat, you can't come inside the house, abandon it. And in fact, like I opened my boyfriend openly because like what's wrong with you? Like he's getting us a gift and he's like a fucking idiot. Opened the window a little bit. My other cat also went outside, dude, to get a part of it. And now he's like recording it. Abhi is like a dumbass sometimes. He's like, yo, both of them are tearing it apart. Look at it. They're having a feast out of it.
Documentary filmmaker.
I'm like, take him to the vet tomorrow. उनका पेट साफ करेंगे, इसका enema करेंगे हम लोग. Fucking I don't want rat in the system. Chi.
Yeah, I don't want rat.
Imagine I'm cleaning the litter, उसका एक पूंछ बाहर आ गया, एक पैर बाहर आ गया. I can't do that. Yeah, so like you're basically living with a wild animal in your house, and in my own defense, I'm trying to truncate their wildness because of my phobia. But then you should see my cat when they see a pigeon or a bird, they start chittering. That's the thing they do. Their lower jaw automatically moves. Okay, I'm like, एक दिन कोई bird उनके हाथ में आ गया ना, वो लोग खा जाएंगे. Because I want to put a bird feeder for the summers or whatever. I want to put like a nice little bird feeder with just water and like some bird feed for them. Because I know these cats are not going to have them. I want
be like great trap, papa.
Yeah. Like I'm obsessed with this blue parrot on YouTube. Like if you go to YouTube and on YouTube Shorts, I think his name is Miller or something. It's a blue parrot essentially, who just talks. Okay, and he's like, look, like you be a good baby, you get treat. He talks fully, okay? And he says, oh my goodness, he says that. And I love parrots. I want to like have a parrot, but I know I can't have it in my house. Because I have natural predators who are going to fucking eat them, like that scene from X-Men,
Yeah. For the parrot, it will feel like his personal hell. Like, dude, what are you doing? Am I a part of
cage mein dala?
No, am I a part of some training purpose? Like Tweety, everybody has seen Tweety. Dude.
Yeah, it's a natural system. Like, but I've also seen videos where like parakeets will like fucking intimidate cats by mimicking them. They'll do meow, meow, and and the cats are like, what the fuck is this creature doing?
There are some cases, where a cat has sort of adopted a small bird.
Is it bottle.
You know, it's cat has sort of adopted a small bird when it was a chicken, whatnot, and now they are like a team. So this bird, when it grows up, it tricks other birds into coming closer, and the cat hunts them down. Yeah. And then they both share it.
It's like that
it's a two-man con.
It reminds me of Stuart Little too.
Yeah.
Where the rat
It's
and the
sort
bird
of that
become.
way.
And the bird is had by a bigger bird to steal from the house.
Yeah.
What a great partnership going against nature though, right?
Yeah.
You have two different species coming together, the Bonnie Clyde version of Animal
Yeah,
Kingdom.
because that bird knows what the other bird is singing.
Yeah.
Like for us it's music, but the other bird is like, "Ye tu billu maro chode."
Yeah.
Arey khal isko. You go attack. Ye tere baare mein chugli kar raha hai. Sing song voice mein.
That has always been an interesting thing to learn. Like we always we get so, there is a part of us that is so proud about, and language needs to be treated with reverence. Nobody is denying that. But the fact that language exists everywhere shows that every part of humanity spread out across the globe wanted to communicate. They were like, dude, whatever I'm feeling, I need to like just say it, put it in words where you understand. And because of that, we call ourselves intelligent, species. But we don't think that animals have languages per se. We only say, they make noises. But that is what speech is. It is just making noises. It's just that we don't understand their speech. Doesn't mean they don't have a way of communication.
They're communicating the same thing, no? Let's fuck, let's eat.
Yeah.
There's danger over there. Basically, when you boil down everything.
Yeah, it's pretty basic only. It's like for squirrel, it's like camp storing nuts. So he's like, good morning, you have some nuts. I can take some nuts from you. Like, that's his life, Again, coming back to the same thing of like the thing we were talking about before the recording started. It's like you see all these structures and like the whole focus of that one person was to build these structures.
Yes.
And for animals, that life is pretty solid.
Yeah.
For a bird, it's a nest. I'm going to build a nest for myself. I was born in a nest. I flew out of it. I figured my shit out, then I found somebody else to build a nest with, and that circle continues, right?
Yeah.
And they are pretty much generally conditioned to do certain things.
Yeah.
It's only us who are like, oh fuck, मेरे को sex भी करना है, बाद में मेरे को काम पे भी जाना है, मेरे को coding भी करना है, मेरे को crypto भी करना है. So it's all us, and we complicate things. All through our lives, 100%. We just do that one thing, which is complicate shit. For animals also around us, like. For like this Kerala government thing that's happening right now, where it's like straight up just killing dogs on the streets.
Stray dogs.
Yes. And at no point were they like, there are so many countries that have tried a better version of it and they're surviving, right? Like Japan's whole treatment of cats.
Zero thing of let's see what else is happening in the world.
And everybody's like, it's a literacy, like maximum literacy in the countries in that state. Kya kiya? Goo khaya na unhone? Then now like, the whole country is fighting against that idea of like 40 dogs have just been killed by giving them poison, right? Like there's no understanding of like how to treat animals.
It happens.
So how evolve species?
It happens a lot over there in Kerala. There have been many stories of stray dogs or even pets being given food which is poisoned. Because there's a visceral hatred for dogs over there, because the stray dog it became a menace because nobody paid attention to or tried to manage it, because they just existed, and then you had animal bite scenarios happening.
No, but that also is like the numbers are quite low.
It's
but
only when you antagonize them will they fucking attack you. Like, no dog is going out of its way.
And then the anger comes out now, like of a problem. Like this is a problem now. Why is this not fitting into the city community scenario? Okay, eradicate the problem altogether. It's not being approached from a perspective of trying to solve it in any manner. Oh, apna rubber wala scene rehta na hamesha, like just erase it. Okay, turn the page, next. It's a better thing, feeling to have कि एटलीस्ट ये जनरेशन अपन देख के जाने वाला है. अपना एंड लाइफ स्पैन में अगर जिया 60-70 तक, तो विल सी द स्टार्ट ऑफ इट ऑल. आई एम आउट.
It's like you're part of a franchise just before it gets bad.
And like if you are in Delhi summers, you already want to check out now only.
Yes.
So if you want to check out now, it makes sense too. It's too hot.
It's too hot. It doesn't make sense. It's raining too much.
Just
Suddenly
take a
it is
deep
not.
breath. Enough carbon monoxide will go.
You're the dog that's poisoned by the world at the end of it.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I feel like in the future, sometimes the generations which will come, they will have like courts where people with a huge Amazon wish list will be sent to prison. Like your weird consumerism has ensured we don't have farms now. Okay, you think we'll be kind to you? We have gone through all of your profiles.
You are parceled.
Yes.
That is the death sentence.
Yeah. And no, they'll just show like, okay, if you've consumed this much, this is the portion of the landfill that legit belongs to you. This is the plot of land that you will live on for the rest of your life. This would seem like angry, like this will be Greta Thunberg 2.0.
Yeah.
You know, you, like that will happen.
Yeah, they all like have modified body parts
Vengeance.
like Robocop, and now they're like out to get us.
Yes.
Like, because of you, my liver is gone now.
Yeah.
My kidney failed, and had to put a metallic part in me.
I've lost the pleasure of touch, father.
Yeah.
Just coming back in time.
Yeah, and then they're just peeling their father's skin. How does it feel now?
Yeah.
The future is sadistic.
Yeah. I mean,
Future
that is, it is. Because you will have scarcity, and if you have scarcity, it won't be a nice life.
Yeah. That's why my favorite apna AI movie is District 9. Like, it just makes sense.
Yes.
You know, not AI movie, like the dystopian movie essentially. It's like that's what we're headed towards. Like, you know, like we'll be just a big slum where some alien will then come and fucking just like kind of be a part of it.
Yeah, just living there.
Yeah.
An intergalactic Dharavi is what we'll end up
I
with.
just realized that that's what Neil Blomkamp does a lot. Like even Elysium is just that.
Yes.
Niche garib lo, upar amir lo.
Yes, Chappie again
also, yeah.
had moments of that where you
Yeah.
had gang war and all of that shown. South African fellow, no?
Yeah, you seen that apartheid, but
Yes.
in like
Yeah.
sci-fi. Like that's
Yes.
what. That's why like I'm so angry with like no good sci-fi comes out of India. That's like we have spoken about this on
Yeah.
our own terms also. We both have like kind of like ideas of the
Yes.
post-apocalypse that we are going to like soon see, and then kind of it will make sense, And I want to tie this down to like one thing that my mom and I agree upon. Like there are now like in my later 30s, everything else kind of we agree upon. And when the pandemic happened, like we kind of like the world is coming to an end.
Yeah.
It's kind of high time. You
Yeah.
see all the signs. The plagues are back.
Yep.
Like it's all biblical, and her approach is the biblical approach minus the logical humanitarian approach, and all of them kind of come to that point that we are destined to end, and
Yeah.
for good measure.
Yeah.
Happy are the ones who have died and don't have to see this part
Yes.
of it.
And
So,
every religion has had that prophecy, Kali Yuga, all of that, to the extent where humanity has had those moments where you were enjoying the moment and then you thought to yourself, yeah, this cannot last.
this cannot last.
This cannot. Come on, man. It's all so good and you're expecting this to be like this forever. No. That is why the golden era, the golden age of even in shows like Mad Men, you have those moments where it is shown. They go to the park for a picnic and then they just take the blanket or kachra ऐसा ही छोड़ के जाता है वो लोग. Littering was a part of New York also for a very long amount of time.
Yeah, fucking Times Square was like a whole capital of sex and addiction and
Yeah, it was a
everything.
garbage bin.
Garbage bin, yeah. Even LA right now, if you just like see the other side of it, the homelessness in LA,
Yeah.
like everybody talks about it, but like the stretch of it
Yeah.
is so
It's
huge.
cities, no?
Yeah.
And if you see videos around it, there are people like shitting in canisters and dumping it in the gutter. It's out there. The city of dreams, the land of Hollywood,
gone.
it's gone. It's
It's
like
falling apart miserably.
yeah, and that's what like slowly all the erosion will happen. Even in like Bombay is like slowly inching towards it. No matter how we like Maximum City,
Yeah.
Best City, and all of our structures are crumbling. That's the whole thing we learned from Rome only, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
Said Maximum City, that book Maximum City has said why buildings now are not as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
Because the soil that is being used now is not actual soil.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the kachra
It's
and the
silt.
shit and
Yeah.
all of that. The composition of the soil is
It's not
literally
even
the shit of
decomposed
the
properly.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are building all those buildings
Yeah.
out of that stuff.
We're
So
all
it's
living
going
on
to crumble.
Ramesh.
Yeah.
Pieces of Ramesh.
Yeah, 100%. It's not going to work.
Yeah, man. In a way, I feel nice, sort of, because if you read about falls of civilization, the fall of one particular civilization is leading to the birth of another one somehow,
Yeah.
somewhere. So the brown person in me is happy in a way, or rather than happy, it's feeling a bit like, oh, this is going to be probably Asia's time to shine now. This is going to be our time where we will see that growth swing of, okay, we are manufacturing stuff, we are now putting money in the right sort of stuff and we are building things. And hopefully that happens before the infrastructure collapses
happens, yeah.
under the burden of, so much desperation.
Because that is the thing, na? Like for this new civilization to come, it will have to up whatever this Western civilization has done
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of just consuming stuff.
Yeah.
producing stuff.
Like in the
that.
history books, it will become like the Western civilization era.
Huh.
And like Harappa and all.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
The fall of. I always used to say that, like for me, the Big Bang is like the nuclear holocaust that humanity's already gone through, and like we are just living the cycle again.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that led to this point where we end up like having that Big Bang system, and then that the cycle repeats. So it's like
This
we're
is
living
the
in an old circle of like
The
shit.
loop of Big Bang, where
Yeah.
life is created within all of it and whatnot, and all comes to an end. And
Yeah,
it's a
and
big-
then that's why all these elements like are in the nuclear fission,
Yeah.
are part of our system. The sun is literally a Big
Yeah.
Bang,
Yeah.
which is the nuclear fission system in the sky, right?
Yeah.
So how is it that we are able to manufacture it without having that system, or all the gases or all the resources available to us based on
Yeah.
that empirical evidence?
we are making suns.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
are making them. Na? Kuch
Yeah.
to Korea ka sun.
artificial sun बना रहा
Artificial
है.
sun and all.
Yeah.
But I just hope that the loop of Big Bang is not just some extraterrestrial being's homework.
Yeah.
That is all I wish
Yeah.
for from time to time.
We're an experiment in a
Yeah.
giant fucking lab.
Where
No, it's
Earth-
just
Yeah.
a lava lamp that, or it's like the snow globe. You just turn it like this, and you turn it like
Reset this shit, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, all of my angst, my existential crisis of "Kaun hai Gaurav? Who am I?" Finding myself, going through all of this, writing jokes to validate my existence, and somewhere the teacher is just, "Nah, I'm not happy with it. Yeah, cut it off. This life version is not
So
working."
that's a good thing, no? Whatever you're going through is
Yeah.
is subpar, which is what you've always been saying. You deserve better. That's what the teacher is also saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's good news.
There are things align. Maybe the next version of Gaurav gets it.
Yeah.
He gets the better life. Damn, man.
Reset.
We sorted on everything else? Yeah? Wonderful, man. You want to wrap it up? Speak about anything else? Anything you want to plug, Navin?
When is this going out?
This will go out
2 weeks
next,
from now.
2 weeks from now?
Cool. That's only the Goa show, I think.
The Goa show?
Yeah.
You'll be in Goa during what dates?
So I'm in Goa on 19th of October.
Oh,
nice.
this will
Yeah.
come out before that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll plug that only then.
Sorted. 19th of October if you are
LBC
in Goa.
Is it LBC? Where you?
It's at the Hideaway.
Oh,
The place is
cool.
called the Hideaway,
Huh.
and Sumit Natu runs it.
Oh, wonderful. It's
Yeah.
Sumed's venue. Another great, funny guy.
We are wanting to get him on the podcast.
Yeah,
also.
of course, and he shoots food also, so more food stuff
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Sumit.
That would be a great conversation to have with Sumed. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trip on food, definitely. But if you are in Goa on the 19th, do check out Navin's performance. He'll be performing live. He has put out a lot of stuff on YouTube. So please subscribe to his channel. Check out his work. He's a genuinely funny comic trying to make it, hack it his own way. So please do support him, guys. On Instagram as well. Follow him.
And his podcast. Watch his podcast.
Yeah.
Watch
Yes.
VartaLab.
We've called. I've done Keeping It Queer in the past, but now Akash Mehta and I do VartaLab, which
Yes.
is something we're really proud of because we just come and tell stories to each other, and that's what life is. Just like we tell stories until we die.
I've seen,
Yeah.
dude. It's fun. The way you talk to guests and whatnot. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
and
it's a
you guys
chalcha.
balance it out well. You guys know each other well to the extent that you are able to
Yeah,
balance out the
yeah.
conversation.
I mean, like any good show or like thing that people catch up on wouldn't work if the chemistry is not there, right?
Yes.
Like Akash and I, we know when to stop talking or interrupting each other, and we've just like have this cadence, so it's like a matter of fact that like everybody who comes to the studio feels comfortable after 10 minutes
Yeah.
because they know what the rhythm of the show is. It's
Yes.
like oh तेरे साथ ये हुआ मेरे साथ भी ये हुआ चलो बात करते हैं. Like that's how it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we are here for.
How much content do you want, man? Subscribe to everything they are making. Subscribe to our channel. If you like this conversation, please do share it with your friends. Follow us on Instagram as well. We end up sharing reels and other sort of content over there as well. Check it us out. Check it us out. Check it us
Check
out.
it out. Check it out.
Chipkali sir.
Check it out.
Check us out
Check us
live.
Bye.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Keep the check this out in. That was a very bobbly moment.